just need to show you guys. We have snow. Yay! So as you guys can see from my sweater, I'm getting into the holiday spirit. Especially now that we have snow, that usually marks a difference for me. So the holidays are soon upon us, and I am really a sucker for everything holiday related. I was born on the 22nd of December, so that's always been the highlight of the year for me. And with that in mind, I really wanted to start making a corset that is sort of holiday themed, that I can have finished in time for Christmas Eve. In Norway, we celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve, not Christmas Day. And a while back, I bought this book by Mandy Barrington. It's called Stays and Corsets, Historical Patterns Translated for the Modern Body. It shows you how to take the measurements you need from your own body and how to adapt these patterns to your measurements. I didn't film that because that was it was not very entertaining. It was quite time consuming, and it's an easy step-by-step description. It just puts some demands on your concentration ability. So the corset in here that caught my eye, it's this one. It is a corded and quilted corset from 1875. So this corset basically is made up by two panels, a back panel and a front panel, and it has gussets for the hips and for the cups to create room for those and create shape. The gussets are quilted, as you guys can see here, and there is cording and boning in the main panels to create stability. There is a steel busk in the front, and there is lacing in the back. And I'll be using a cotton coutil for the lining. Here they've used a cotton twill. So here are the pieces for each side. The back panel, hip gusset for the back, front panel with hip gusset again, and the cup gussets. So these four will be quilted with top fabric. So I'm gonna do that first of all after cutting the main fabric. These will be getting boning and also cording. I've tried to sort of sketch it out a bit. So here you can see the boning there, 3 in the middle here, 1 there, and in between there will be cording. Now I got the fabric, and it is slightly lighter than I would have preferred. Almost lighter red than a Christmas red, I would say, but it is very like Christmassy red. What I had envisioned and what it looked like on the web page was a bit more like this red. Now I also have this fabric, which is, I think it's a tablecloth that I found in a thrift store, and I also kind of like this. You know what? I think I'm gonna use this. It is a lot more but there is something about it. I think it sort of reminds me of the paper that you wrap presents in, which sort of speaks to my inner child in a way. I like to indulge my inner child around the holidays a bit extra. Here is the fabric with different color thread. The one that I think I prefer is actually the one in the same color. So I did another test, which is here. I had some foam, and I really like this kind of structure and the more pattern it gives with the sheen of the fabric especially. I kind of want to do this for the layers where there is quilting. I am just going to baste around the edge to like keep it in place, and after that we'll start quilting it on. So far I've done 4 of the panels. That is one of the front tips, that is the other front hip, and then I have the 2 back hip panels. Now I'm just missing the cup gussets, so I have started preparing those as well. I'm just going to do that off camera, just finishing the quilting on these. Okay, so it's time to start working on the main panels, and this is a bit scary because there's so much going on these panels. What I'm gonna do is cut the back, and I'm gonna sew the back seam, sew the boning channels here, and then I'm just going to gradually work my way over. Okay, so now I have just sewn the boning channels for the back, and I'm gonna start with the cording. So I have this cotton cord. So what I'm just gonna do, I'm just going to pull this layer aside, try to get this as far into place as I can, and then use a zipper foot to sew it in place. I have done the first row of cording. I think it turned out fine. There are some irregularities here and there, but not more than I sort of thought I would have. I'm gonna make a boning channel all the way. So boning, boning, cording, cording, boning, boning. So the bus came in the mail this morning. These 2 parts that will be inserted into each front panel. So we'll have these hoops inserted on one side and these in the other. So I'm going to start off by sewing this front seam, inserting the busk, and then gradually work my way towards this side. I'll be sewing up to each gap and in between each gap. And hopefully this should fit. So let's give it a go. Hopefully, yeah. So now I just need to like pin this in place, and I need to sew around the busk as well. Now I marked the studs placement, but the thing is I just need to do it from the back still because I don't want to draw on the front. Okay, that's one down. which is basically what I did for the back. It was just a tad less complicated. So this is what it looks like pre-cutting and opening this part. I do get these excess fabric folds, and I'm not sure how to fix that or if it's even fixable. So I tried to do something here that I didn't do for the other side, and maybe I should have. I sewed this seam around this area where I need to do the slit. I didn't do this on the first one because I was scared it wouldn't allow me to put in the cording. As you guys can see, it worked out so much better. So I do regret not doing that on the first one, but I'm gonna cut these open out, put in the gussets, put in the hip gusset, and sew the front and back together. Ah, it's so scary. So that is it in terms of getting the whole thing together. The boning is in and everything. So what's left is getting the bias binding on, and I'm just going to use this very simple cotton bias binding at the top and the bottom. I'm gonna attach it first to the back, fold it over, and do a top stitch at the front. So the back doesn't look exceptionally pretty, but I can live with that. I did consider binding the edges of the back, but I'm not really that bothered about it, honestly. If this was a commission, I would have done it, but it's not, so I'm putting my energy elsewhere. Now I almost forgot about the flossing of the cups, and I had to change the cups on one side because I had actually misplaced them. I saw it when I started doing the flossing, so I'm just gonna do a simple flossing around the tip of the cup. So that's it for my Christmas corset. I am so happy with this. It was a real challenge with a lot of stuff I haven't done before, but that's one of the things that I like though. So if you guys like this video, please leave a like below. Please consider subscribing, that is very helpful. I also have a Patreon setup where I have a purely support tier on Patreon where you can join to support the channel as well. And if you're celebrating the holidays, happy holidays. If you're not, then just happy end of December, and to everyone a happy new year. I hope to see you guys in 2024.